Yes.
But
ठीक है, मैं कॉल कर।
Hello, myself Sunny Chauhan and I have done my bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology Surat. After completing my bachelor's degree, I prepared for graduate aptitude test in engineering which is also known as GATE, and in GATE 2018 I got all India rank 26. Based on the result of GATE 2018, I got selected in ONGC as an assistant executive engineer in production discipline, and from past 1.5 years I am working with ONGC. Talking about my course experience in Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology, I would say that it was a very decent experience. SCET has very nice infrastructure and laboratory facilities. As we know that practical knowledge is also important in order to understand theory better. During the course, we had given PowerPoint presentation on almost each and every subject, which helped us to overcome our stage fear. Also, we had given internal Viva examination at the end of each semester, which eventually boosted our confidence for appearing any personal interviews. As we know that only theoretical knowledge is not important, we also need to improve our communication skill in order to make a decent career. Also, we know that our final year project plays an important role in our entire engineering course. In final year project, our guide was very helpful to us. He had arranged everything which was required in order to complete our project. Also, our department was taking our PowerPoint presentation after a certain interval in order to know that our progress in the project. And before giving our final presentation to GTO examiner, we had already given our project presentation to our internal faculties for like 3 to 4 times. So our confidence in front of GTO examiner was very high and we all passed with flying colors in our project. In short, I would like to say that I never regretted my decision to select SCET as my college rather than any other colleges. Also, I hope that each and every student which is currently studying in Sarvajanik College of Engineering Technology and who are going to study in Sarvajanik College will have same opinion as me. Thank you.
Greetings of the day. Myself Ankit Bua. I am belonging from Mehsana. Right now I am in a Reliance Industries Limited Jamnagar as a manager in a operation department in gasification unit. I have a total 7 years of experience in different chemical industries. I completed my graduation from one of the best college of Gujarat and also best in Surat, named a Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology. SCET is ever best engineering college for me because after 12th, when my turn came to select a course and college in 2009, I waited up to the last reshuffling round to get the admission in this college. After coming here, I gets a best education from each and every professor. Actually, gurus, they are highly educated, best in technically and theoretically both knowledge. Also, they are good responsive, helping and caring also. And always they are ready for us to learn, to teach us each and everything in every semester. Also during the project submissions and before all the exams, they help a lot, right? we not only get knowledge from here, we enjoyed our college life a lot, right? Of course, from a different events like tech fest, wows, also I learned a lots of the things, and I improved my lots of skills. Also I awarded for that participations, right? For that events, that will become very very useful in my corporate life, in my corporate experience also, right? It's a it's a beautiful campus ever. Have a best classes, have a best environment, have a good location, best and experienced lab staffs, best labs ever, with all practical equipments available, best staff, helpful and caring.
Before we begin the webinar, I request everyone to please switch off your microphones. And if during the session you come across any questions, feel free to write them down in the chat box. And we'll answer all your queries at the end of the session. Thank you. So good morning and welcome one and all to the webinar on Scope of Chemical Engineering SCET Perspectives. So this is the second webinar organized by the Chemical Engineering Department, Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology. And today we are joined by our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Raj Deo. On behalf of the Chemical Engineering Department, I welcome you, sir. We are also joined by the Dean, Dr. Nitin Patel, and we welcome him. And I request him to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning to all of you. It is great pleasure to be part of such gathering whereby career aspirants meets to the people who are in the field of academics as well as in industry. All the time it is a dilemma in a student's mind that which career they should choose of. And wherever this question comes, then two set of people will help them. One is academician and second is industry people. So we created this forum to guide on both the perspectives, right? What is the academics part has to deliver and what are the expectation of industries. And in the same scenario, we also tried to put some of the earlier learners from our institutions as well as industry people to help you to understand what exactly you need to do as a chemical engineer and what kind of a prerequisite you should have, what kind of mindset you should have it. So all this very important issues will be discussed, and I request all the participants to gather their queries so that it can be answered by people present here. Do not shy out. आपको इंग्लिश में ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं लगता है तो आप हिंदी या गुजराती में भी पूछ सकते हैं. So please make sure and take a maximum advantage of it. And chemical engineering is one of the finest branch in all the engineering courses, whereby you see around, and now especially in a pandemic era, everywhere there is a chemical, starting from sanitizer to the vaccine. And plenty of innovative chemicals we are in need of throughout the life. So you will be finding very interesting this webinar and will get a maximum out of it. And as far as one part is a choice of a profession, second is a selection of the institution. So institution selection criteria also, see, we are not advocating that X, Y, Z institute you should prefer. What we request is that you look at certain criteria, and based on that you evaluate yourself that which institute you should opt for. And while selecting the institute, you must look at their infrastructure, the human resources, facilities available, what are their track records, who is governing that institutions. Are they governing for profit or they are governing for, say, for example, Sarvajanik Education Society, at least I can say, which is a more than 1,000-year old institution in Gujarat and Surat, and it is running on a philanthropic way. That means the people from the society donates and these people are creating the Gyan Mandir like this. So, kind of a motivation for the promoter is also very important, and that decides the fate of institutions. That also promotes the lot of quality people together at the organizations, create a lot of resources for at a disposal, what they can put it at a disposal of the students, right? So all this criteria one has to keep in mind. So more such information will be available to you, and all the best to all the organization, and I congratulate to take an initiative to help the all such career aspirants, specifically chemical engineering department, and all their faculty members, right? Congratulations from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request the head of the department, Dr. Swati Sharma, to brief our audience about the department at SCET. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Nitin sir, for your wonderful words of inspiration for the department, for the institute, and for all those who have gathered here. As sir rightly said, maybe vaccine to sanitizer chemical engineering is here to stay. If we talk about the history of chemical engineering, then it dates back to 1892 when in Calcutta, Mr. P.C. Ray, who was a professor at chemistry at the Calcutta University, he started the pharmaceutical industry. Of course, it was incorporated 8 to 10 years later on, but in India, uh, we can say P.C. Ray was the pioneer in the field. My faculty here in the chemical engineering department are associated with it since more than 10 years. They've got a wonderful experience on in the industry as well as in the department. We are a great team at chemical engineering department trying to give you all the basics, all the fundamentals that go into making a good professional out of you and even an all-round better individual with co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities to shape up your personality. We have a lot of schemes under the of AICT under the Gujarat Technological University that we are affiliated with right now, and it provides so many platforms for student development, provides a lot of opportunities for lot of platforms for their growth with respect to startups, entrepreneurship, etc. My colleague, Dr. Vaishali Umbrigar, will guide you during the course of this webinar, and she will acquaint you with different aspects of the chemical engineering profession, how it is the most sought after field today, and what are the intricacies involved. So, please be ready with your queries, if any. You can keep on posting your queries, your questions in the chat window. So I wouldn't take much of your time. In the end, I would say welcome to the profession and welcome to the SCET Chemical Engineering Department. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request the event coordinator, Dr. Vaishali Umrigar, to give a theme presentation.
Good morning, one and all. Myself, Dr. Vaishali Umrigar. Hope I am audible to you. Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. So today I am going to share the scope of chemical engineering profession, specifically how it can be done in SCET. So one by one, I will discuss all the content. And after presentation, we'll have the session from the expert, and then we have the question answer session. Okay. So, okay. So, have you given our thought ki, how day to day life, in how many things you are using in day to day life. So definitely, there are so many things around you, like soaps, detergent, perfumes, then toothpaste, medicines, drugs, sugar, oil, fuel. There are so many things, and if I count on a list, then the list is endless. So these are the things that we are using in our day-to-day life. And if I ask you a question, just guess who is behind this. Then definitely, uh, who is behind this, all these things manufactured by. So definitely your answer will be, and if you have guessed it, then it is right. Yes, it's a chemical engineering job, knowledge, skill, and expertise who design all these things. Chemical engineering is a branch of science which deals that how many product will be designed, operate, produce with proper designing and utilization of the raw material. So these are the main things of chemical engineering. Chemical engineer works on a macroscopic scale to apply the basic knowledge of science in chemical industry. So now the question arises કે chemical engineer શું છે અને chemical engineer કોણ છે. So if I go in depth, it deals chemical engineer deals with the production of chemicals on industrial scale, means on large scale. It also deals with the software and automation for precise process control. Then chemical engineering field also include the chemistry. If you are of the mind that I am good at chemistry, then I should select chemical engineering. Yes, that is an added advantage, but it is not like that, that only chemistry will choose you the field of chemical engineering. If you have other interest also, then also you can select chemical engineering as your field. It also it includes not only chemical industry but other industry like paper, textile, food, pharmaceutical. You can also give your designing expertise in computation. Then, if you look at the Wikipedia, what type of definition is given in chemical engineering will give you the brief that it is a branch of engineering that uses the principle of chemistry, physics, mathematics, biology, and economics to efficiently use, produce, design, transport, and transform the energy from nanoscale to the large scale. Means નાનામાં નાના સ્કેલથી લઈને મોટા સ્કેલ સુધી તમે ડિઝાઇન કરી શકો છો. So that is the use of chemical engineering. So now, what type of skill should be acquired by the chemical engineer? So if I go in depth, you should have a sound knowledge of chemistry, biochemistry, engineering, material science. You should also have a economics and management skill. You should also have hands-on experience for use of sophisticated analytical instrument. So that is the added advantage that you can develop during your 4-year course. Then chemical engineering is not a restricted choice, because even if you do not want to accept a job in chemical industry, then also there are so many other job opportunities, uh, because you are having the problem solving skill. You may have analytical and management skills, so that will give you a brief selection in chemical industry and other than chemical industry. Chemical engineering graduate can also go on successful career in petroleum, nuclear, pharma, textile sectors. So now, chemical engineering in all is well versed in chemistry and engineering fundamental. It is an art and science as well. So science is to be learned and art is to be practiced. So chemical engineer can work in production department, design department, research and development department, sales and marketing department. So now the next question is, why I should select the chemical engineering, and what are where do I work as a chemical engineer? So definitely there are so many employment sector. If I name as given on the slide, that are process plant, manufacturing division, then biotechnology division, energy, gas, oil, nuclear, then environment, chemicals, other production, even on fertilizer side. So there are so many scope employment sectors available in India and even in abroad. So you can have a job like in pharmaceutical industry, fertilizer industry, paint pigment industry, research laboratories, then chemical process industry, petroleum refining, fermentation, food industry, textile, teaching, etc. Now, what type of titles you will get once you enter the industry? So there are so many titles highlighted over here, and you can be the one as a process control engineer, production engineer, then quality control engineer, sales and marketing device. You can also handle technical service as a technical service engineer, design engineer, development engineer. So there are so many portfolio names or job titles that is given to the chemical engineer. At the end, I can say that chemical engineer can work in any field of industry or other than non-chemical industry also. Now, various types of computer application, as nowadays computer applications are high in demand in chemical industry, and it is since old also. We are having subject like computer aided design, in which you will learn flow sitting, automation in chemical industry, then computer programming language you can learn, simulation. So these are the few software of simulation, Aspen Plus, Aspen HYSYS. If you are having that analytical skill, that logical thinking, then you can opt for such simulation experience and specialize in such simulation, and you can have the job with very high perk and very high portfolio that you need to handle in the industry. So all software aims are same. We can have reduction in production cost, responding to the environment safety regulation, then it saves time for the scale up phases and reduce the time to market a new product. So these are also the one value added addition to the chemical engineer. સો નેક્સ્ટ ઇઝ હુ વિલ હાયર, આપણને જોબ ક્યાં મળશે, કઈ કંપની આપણને હાયર કરશે? સો દેટ ઇઝ વોટ ધ ક્વેશ્ચન. સો ડેફિનેટલી પબ્લિક અને પ્રાઇવેટ સેક્ટર બંને જગ્યાએ તમે હાયર થઈ શકો છો. યુ વિલ હેવ અ ગુડ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી એઝ વેર વી આર સિટિંગ. સ્પેસિફિકલી ઇફ આઈ એમ ટોકિંગ અબાઉટ સુરત, ઇઝ also known as the diamond city. Other than that, we are having one industrial hub at at Hazira Belt, where there are so many industries are there. Surtis are having that dream that we will place that Hazira and we are having hometown job. So that is also very well was. Then other than Surat, if I talk about Gujarat, then Gujarat is having very good industrial belt and so many GIDCs. So Gujarat state chemical and petrochemical industry comprises of about 500 large and medium scale industrial unit, nearly 16,000 small scale industry and other factory units. Then we are also having more than 35% of the large and medium units that are related to chemical sectors only. Chemical and petrochemical industry accounts for nearly 16% of employment in the state. Then we have advantage of various areas like as I told you, GIDCs, that Dahej, Ankleshwar, Bharuch, Hazira, Valsad, Vapi in South Gujarat region. So we are at now specifically Gujarat, and even if I consider whole India, we are having good opportunities to build our nation with a sound chemical engineering. So there are 100% jobs available for chemical engineers. Definitely, I would like to say that by campus or by own initiative, maybe first 2 years are very fruitful for you to gain the experience and to learn something. So maybe at low package you have to accept the job opportunities. But beyond the 2 years, if you gain the proper experience and if you have that zeal to go up ahead, then nobody will stop you to reach to the your desired goal, right? So after B, generally in public sector companies like PSUs like ONGC, HPCL, IPCL, they generally ask for the gate qualification, and if you have gate qualification, then package is no bar, and you will be entitled good package in such units. So now gate is now very much in demand to get job in PSU, and even for higher study also. Many student, around 10 to 20% of our student choose to go for MTech and MS, and having a specialize in core branch or even in interdisciplinary branch. So government organizations like NEERI, CSIR, PRL, DRDO, they are having their own technical analytical written test. And if you are able to get through this test, then you will be placed in the government organization to serve the nation, and you can contribute to the society in more better way. So one important thing is that more you learn, more you earn. So that is what in your mind. And you can be a good technical person in chemical engineering. Now apart from that, we have since last decade I'm seeing that we have so many students who prefer to be entrepreneur after completing BE, and they are having their own business, own company after just completion of BE. So what I can say here that we are giving them the knowledge, and we can say we are allow them to practice such in such an environment that they can build their own company without any help, and just to get a grant from government or by their own initiative from the base level to the large scale level. So that is what we are observing in new generation. So that is also one added advantage to have entrepreneur or establish our own company. So next is PG studies in chemical engineering. See, as I told you, people and student want to gain more expertise in their interested field. So after graduation, they feel that I should be more specialized in chemical engineering field. Then they will go definitely for MS and MTech, higher study in interdisciplinary area like environment, biochemical, biotechnology, software design. So that will give specialized skill in that field, and that will also give you more acquirement of a chemical engineering, that this is my field and I can be the superior in this field. So that way, as I told you, 10 to 20% students are going for the higher study. Even research programs are nowadays very much available in India and even in abroad. And if you are interested as a student, then definitely you will go for the research program also, because chemical engineers can be absorbed in a software side as well as the core branch side. Now, what type of subjects you will learn during this curriculum? The basic subject, the main subject that are chemical engineering, thermodynamics, fluid flow, process calculation, process industries, heat transfer, mass transfer, then petroleum engineering, chemical process design, chemical reaction engineering, plant design, plant economics, and the foremost, that is software designing also. Now as a individual, you will say that how much salary does a chemical engineer make? So as I told you, initial 2 years are your learning years as an experience, but salary depends upon you and your knowledge. And if you have good knowledge of your subject theoretically as well as practically, then no one will control you, or no one will stop you. And there are also behavior attitude that also you should be there in yourself to develop yourself. So that's it. I will say that more you learn, more you earn. So salary is no bar in chemical engineering field. Over to you, Professor Siri.